Hey guys, welcome back. Sunday chat. Feel like it's been a while. Good to see you guys. Let me see who I have in here. I'm 5 by 5, I assume. I saw Michael G popped in here. He's going to catch the replay. And thank all of my replay gang. I appreciate you guys. I sit over there myself a lot of times. Joni, Dark Angel, how are you? Thistle Moon, Rip Curl, good to see you. TT1's in the house. Y'all didn't see TT1's live, which was super late. Nothing but love because I stayed up. I am not a night owl. Go watch it. He always is a blessing to this community. Brings us laughs. We all need that. Mary Miles, how are you? Coffee First. Minuteman, how are you? I see you had a mini shift going on. I'm glad you guys are okay. Miss Sharon, listen to her. She's the boss in here. Dusty Country Road, how are you? If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Put things in all caps. Kind of put my name, Casey at the beginning or something. So I'll see it. Hey, Colleen. TJ, how are you? Again, if I missed you, I'm so sorry. Make sure in live chat, all chat, whatever it is, and put things in all capital for me. Yeah, see, Miss Sharon, though. She just listened to her. So as you can see, my background, the house is absolute, total chaos. We're getting ready to go, and we're at that end of having to leave certain things out because we're having to, day-to-day things we have to have out and going without certain things because things are packed. If you've moved, you know how it goes, but it's just part of the process, and we'll get there. Speaking of that and the timing, anyone who's in that path of this storm, tropical storm, is it Idalia, coming up through the Gulf, through Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, the timing of that. So we're kind of keeping an eye on that. Any of you guys who are in the path of that, I am praying for you as well. Crappy timing, but I was fussing about that earlier. It is actually pouring. It's been pouring for over half an hour now. It is pouring buckets, and I was like, yeah, because there's that frustration. We have things we got to do before my live, before a certain day. Take it. On the weekend, it's pouring rain. You can't do it. He's frustrated. Trust in the process. That's all I know. Hey, Joe Morgan, how are you? Again, if I miss you, I'm sorry. Montana Nana, good to see you. Let's see. Okay, I think I missed everything. So speaking of all this weathery stuff, I'm going to touch on it. I'm going to, the fires. The fires. We know what's going on with the fires. I'm putting a lot of things in my community tab. Go over there and check it out. Hey, Random, how are you? I didn't expect to see you. I'm glad you're here. Then I heard last night, somebody said it in TT1's live that the fires had restarted, or there was fires burning again in Maui somewhere. That situation's going on. Greece, have you seen that? Everything, they're on fire, same thing. There's a lot of farmers pulling together in Greece trying to battle these fires over there, and I saw video footage of that. And then this morning I saw that, I think it was in the middle of the night, Louisiana is on fire, horribly on fire. They have evacuated everyone in one town that is over there. And then a couple hours ago, I saw completely different town. This one is actually in Garyville, Louisiana. The third largest oil refinery was forced to shut down because of an explosion and fire at that oil refinery in Garyville, Louisiana as well, which is different than the one this other fire is at. Now, okay, my thoughts on that. Do what you will with it, but that stuff is continuing to go on, and y'all know our thoughts of things we've said. Hey, Southern Florida, how are you? I'm sorry, I'm not. If I missed something, put it back down there for me, because I'll get over here and get squirrel. So yeah, coffee first. So this is what I was going to say. Is either it seems there, you heard me right there. It's it's either on fire or they're doing flooding things in different areas. It's going to be one or the other. Um, you know, they can manipulate some of this water somewhere else that need it, but we know the agenda, so that's not going to happen. So, yeah, see, a lot of people need a lot of rain. And that's what I'm saying. It seems one extreme or the other where it's at. Hey, Shane, how are you? Welcome. Again. Hey, Teresa. So that's going on. If you've seen, I don't know if we have anybody that's in here that is in Louisiana, have heard about these things going on, throw it down there. If so, hey, Jersey girl. I hope you got your shirt. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm behind on being on top of things right now with the move. Hopefully you got that in the mail fine that I sent out. Hey, Crackshot, how are you? And everyone else, anyone I miss, I'm sorry. So I'm watching these fires closely. I've been putting tons of things, my opinions about things over my community tab, if you've seen that. Because I think that's going to continue all over the world. We know what they're doing. We talked before that they're going to do LDs and different things. I think it's going to be over climate stuff and illnesses. They're doing that. Anyways, this shouldn't be a surprise. It's just irritating. It's almost insulting at this point that they think they would believe any of it. Even the first time, but I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. And with that type of stuff, we see the mandates sweeping across. Those of you who are in Texas, you may know more. I see that there are several counties and schools and different things. They're closing down some of the schools right after they've started back because of the illness. And there are certain things in other places they're doing the mandates, the cover mandates, the jab mandates. They're doing all of that. I think that's going to continue. It's just a repeat. I mean, this is an old rerun. It's ridiculous. So there's that. And, we said the first time was just their dress rehearsal, just their trial run so they can tweak them when they do things differently and know how much they can push and get pushed back. So that's what's going on with that. I think that they're going to try to, enough. There's more of us than there are them. I dare I say, my choice, me and mine will not be complying. We didn't the first time, we won't now. You do what's best for you, but if enough people just don't, then you know how it goes. Speaking of all this, tiptoeing around the minefields we have over here. Oh, okay, Jersey girl. I'm sorry. I think I'm behind on chat too. If I missed something again, I'm sorry. Good. I'm glad. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate you. The UN, they've unleashed their digital misinformation troops on, it's just going crazy about certain things, getting knocked off even on all different types of platforms and social media. So with that being said, if I was to ever walk from this platform or be done or anything, I would address that and say that. So if anything of mine gets shut down or closed down without warning, that is not me, because y'all know, most of you who've been with me, you know what my channel is about, what I cover, what I encourage, the information I give, what it's about. And that is on every single angle of mine is on the no list of what they're doing. And they're just going to crack down harder and harder on that. There's also all those things about when the fires were going on in Maui, they were talking about how they had shut down. I was reading about that. I think they shut down a lot of different things, like so information couldn't get out, or communication and things like that. Not just where they wasn't sounding the alarms or anything. I think so they couldn't, because the communication was stripped away. Oh, Anthony, you got the notification. Oh, most people don't. So I hear most people say, I never hear it. Yeah. Yeah. See, I hear all y'all about yeah. Exactly. I get it. Me either. I always tell people, do what's best do what's best for you, but this ends. Hey, Michigan Outpost, how are you? Good to see you, everybody. Oh, really? Really? That doesn't surprise me, though. They use that as their little campground for starting things, in my opinion. But anyways, so if that happens, you know why, because I'm sure they'll come after things. Sorry, I'm marking off my things on list. This is how scattered I am with the move and everything. I would forget. Now, two things. Well, I guess most of you saw about the BRICS. The more people, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the UAE all joined BRICS. We know that where that's going, and what's going to play out with that. And my opinion, just my humble opinion, is I tell people, I encourage you, don't, having stock and prepped items is worth more than money sitting in a bank. It's just my opinion. Do what you will with it, but that is going to be worth nothing. It's going to be worth nothing. A lot of people are going to be very surprised when that fall, how fast I think it's coming. Oh, where did I say Paradise Acres? She's such a sweetheart. If y'all don't know her in this community, she's a sweetheart. Yeah, I think I saw last night that they had started back up, or it was in a different area of there as well. I think what I said, but there's everywhere. I mean, just all over. Yeah. Well, I mean that, and that if you were in here a while ago, that the third largest oil refinery, which is in Garyville, Louisiana, is on fire and shut down, and it is on fire. I saw the video footage. So we know just all of that, what they're going to do. I'm trying to. Hey, Fish Sticks, how are you? If I've missed anyone, Maria, how are you? If I've missed you, I'm very sorry. Yeah, a lot of, if you have, that's why I say, if you have all your other preps in order and have things, if you can get precious metals and that's something you want to do that. I just don't, our dollar's not going to be worth anything. In my opinion, you can see how it's coming. It's just not going to. And what is it now? Is it 11 that have joined BRICS? I think it's 11 total now. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think so. I do want to ask, just opinions in here. The Wagner group leader, is it Prigozhin? That situation, to me, I mean, there's that, what you think? On the who's responsible, or is this a huge planned out orchestrated cover-up thing? I don't know. That whole situation, I figured that was going to end up sparking something up, but there's plenty of video things and people saying that, that was taken down. And there's a lot of speculation of who is responsible for that. I've heard all angles who may be responsible, or, is it the bear? Is it the West? Is it an orchestrated cover up? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, James. How are you? So somebody, I don't know. There's a lot of different opinions. I'm just asking opinions, not, what people, just wondered what everybody else thought about it. Because that's going around. I don't know if they've even, they declared it and said assumed. And what was it? The top 8 officials that were with him? I think it was. They all said they perished. Yeah, I'm reading y'all's things. I'm sorry. I guess I should be throwing them up here. So I don't know. Oh, they're all in their own bit of shade somewhere. All of them. See, same page, girl, or same page. Yeah, I thought because I am, I talk about being very observant and detailed. Now, yes, theatricals. I talk about that all the time. It's theatricals, all the things they do, all of them, all the politicians around the world, everything. But something just immediately struck me that it seemed he truly didn't know. Now, I don't know, but I don't, it just seemed off to me. Keep in mind. Oh, did he? That's why. I mean, my thing was, have they declared that his body's been found? They've identified the things because they do those things before. Also, I don't know. Hey, Deb Woods, I'm glad you're here. Yes. Hey, Sunset. Gazing, how are you? Me too. I pray because I mean, it seems like one extreme, the other, all over. Um, I don't know. Yeah, that's my thought. Yeah, I think that's my thought. I was just wondering what everybody else thought. Yeah, I mean, that was my initial thought was, that smells of the West now, doesn't it? I just did. Because the day before, he was just in Africa, the day before, and there was videos, and I don't know. Whether we'll ever really know, who knows? But we'll see where that takes them. Same thing. And then we have to also look back at different things that are going on. What is distractions? Trump stuff, is that distractions? Are they trying to make an example out of him because he is mighty powerful and can afford so much? Are they use him as an example? If you do this, if you don't obey, you do this. Then if we can do this to him, we can do this to you. Or is it another distraction? Actually, and speaking of that, MD Creekmore had a really good video about that. I think he put it up Friday. It was about that whole situation. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. Because I mean, that's something else. Because you always got to look like, what are they talking about heavily? So what are they turning our, heads away from? That's always the situation. This has been going on for so long. Oh, of course it is. Of course, this is all biblical. And I always say it, no matter what is going on, right at our doorsteps, anywhere around this world, how insanely heavy and scary and ridiculous it seems is to keep your eyes on Israel. Keep your eyes on Israel. Right now, Israel's going through a thing about reviewing visas for Christians over there, doing different things. If you haven't seen about that, I believe it was in Jerusalem Post. I follow all that, closely. But at the end of the day, how we look at it and we break things down, we get opinions and wonder who did what or what's coming on or what something means. At the end of the day, this is all biblical. It's playing out. Yeah. Check out my community post on. I believe you've seen a lot of different things because we were talking up there earlier, Paradise Acres. They have they have more capability and equipment, we'll say, to do things that we could not imagine. Way ahead than what we've known about. That's what I think. Oh yeah, I think I'm not. I'm not. People who know me, I'm not a left or white or right wing. I'm same bird. At the end of the day, that's just my opinion. I'm not a Trumpster, as people say, or I'm not this or I'm not that. Now, does that mean I like how things are currently? Absolutely not. I missed something, but I was trying to catch up on what was going on. Yeah. I'm reading all your things. Exactly. I mean, yeah, there's stuff all over. Yeah. Yep. I think most of us are at that point. It's like, I don't, whatever it is, I'm just tired of it. I do feel that way because it gets exhausting. And I guess, I always say is don't let things like this completely consume you. And I know it's hard because you're like, I'm bombarded. I can't even turn around without being hit with something else major. And we talk about, because, we being prepared and doing what we have and not being blindsided. I'm a person, I don't like surprises. I try to be, 10 steps ahead. That's not always reality, but that's my personality, to want to feel that way and, to be as prepared as we can. But, I guess I always feel like even when I'm feeling overwhelmed or I'm trying to figure things out is, we can still trust an unknown future to a knowing God. And I have to leave things like that. And it's not always easy. And believe me, there's plenty of times to go and pick it back up and try to sort it all out. But we don't. We only know so much. We can only do so much. I think that's always that still goes back to that part of saying we do our part and leave the rest to God, because it is unknown. But the main source, which I don't have it sitting right beside me, is go read the last book of the Bible. It's going to tell you what's going on and what's coming to pass. And that's why my banner, you better, out of everything else you're getting ready for, is make sure you are spiritually prepared first. That should be your top priority, always, because none of the other things are going to matter if you're not ready then. Yeah. No, let's say I'm reading all your stuff. That's right, Hug. Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to fix it. No politician. No politician. I don't care. I don't care what he promises, what he says, how much he smiles and hugs everybody and does all. Nobody's going to fix this. This has to come to pass. It has to. It just is. It has to. I mean, it's biblically going to have to come to be this. Let's see. Military UFO whistleblower telling aircraft trafficking humans after tsunami tragedy comes to mind. Yeah, where are they? There's a lot of people, and there's natives of that area. If you go, and there's different sources, not so much on this platform, you find that they're putting out videos and information and talking about things, and there's just a lot. Besides the fire itself, there is a lot that does not add up. You know, it's just, hey, Bobo World, how are you? The ones who are the evildoers, who are the lead, who are creating this, who are the puppet masters, all that type of stuff. They too, know they know the Bible, and that is why they are going to do things, also in their power to play off of that. I think like the whole UFO things. I think they're going to use that, say, everything with UFOs and aliens, everything, where they're going to explain where are all these people, millions of people that just, billions of people just disappeared off this earth. I think they're going to use that excuse. Same thing. The blue beam stuff, all this crap you're seeing with like the AI Jesus, and they're going to, all of that stuff is connected to that beast system and what they're going to do. We're seeing, we're just seeing that connect the dots. Read the Bible. It tells you these warnings to look for and things don't fall for. Don't be fooled by different things. Make sure you keep up on that. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot going on with that. So let's make sure I don't miss anything. I'm staying up on chat today. How about that? But my heart goes to I my just all that whole situation, that was absolutely horrific. And knowing, I know it was going to tell me different. There's nothing natural about what happened over there. There was a natural, what people who are responsible for what happened and what they did and the suffering, they're going to have to answer to that one day. Now that doesn't mean it helps those who in the suffering. Now my heart breaks for those people. That was absolutely horrific. And they're not just doing it there, they're doing it in many different places. If you follow these, and like right now, Louisiana, and that oil refiner, two different places in Louisiana. There's Greece. What was it? Spain. There's several different places that are on fire. They're doing that, and it's just, that isn't. If you go through the breakdown and you've seen it talked about over and over, they talk about like there would be cars that were completely melted, but the trees were standing. That's not how natural fires occur. It's just not. So, yeah, that's what. Well, y'all were talking, but yeah, I'm catching stuff out and I'm agreeing with you. Like, what I'm reading, but that's how I do things over here on Sunday. Yeah. Oh, of course. That should be go without saying. Things that have gone on, things that are coming, things that are going on now. Yeah. Yeah. That is, don't, just use your best judgment on all that. We know when they have a different agendas and playbooks. Maybe I'll put the PDF playbooks. If some of y'all haven't seen them, a lot of them are old. If you haven't, but you can go through. It's just like page turning. Okay, what page are we on? Yep, there. It's all coming. It's all coming. I mean, it's so fast. And we had been saying for all the years we've been saying for the last couple of years that things were going to come back up, and they were going to have to do LDs and create the chaos and the problems and everything. Right again before election, we said that, and here it is. I would rather them just be front and center and say this is what we're doing and we're so powerful and this is what we're doing, than to feed us a bunch of nonsense that is so ridiculous. I find it insulting that they think we would believe it. Then on the flip side, I see people, and I have to really like, Lord, put your hand over my mouth that these people are falling for this again. And God forgive me for feeling that way, but truly, oh my gosh, give me a break. Oh, thanks, Jeremy. We need it. We will see as this storm unfolds, what they're going to do about, because I guess if there's a named storm in your path, I don't think that they will let you pick up your trucks, which I can see why. Yeah, this is always my thing. I will go down with my boots on in the woods in a tent before I fold for anything, because once my time here is done, however God sees that fit, I know where my eternity is. I will be daggone if I will follow the masses to be comfortable. That's not going to happen, no matter what. It's just not going to happen. Again, if my channel gets taken down, it wasn't me. That's what it is. Hey, Saint Hunter, how are you? Let's see. Let me throw some things up here. Oh yeah. See, and Huck and I've been saying for a while, and Huck said it. Several people said it. We were talking about, yes, we talk about the urban, the city areas and everything about getting out, and we in the rural areas will have more time than we do when shift happens. Yes, but we had been saying our concern is always going to be the rural areas, is they will burn us out of the rural areas, and I feel like we're seeing a lot of those type of things come to pass. And I think that's what they'll do. They'll flood it, they'll burn it out, they'll do different things to push to the areas they want, or they don't care if there's casualties in between all of it. Yeah, I agree. That's what we say. I mean, I really have to be like, Lord, just don't let me say anything. Be kind. I really don't. But there are points where I'm like, please wake up. This will not end until y'all stop complying to all this. There's way more than us. I don't know if it's uh, I can't imagine that it's still just a fear thing, just pure a fear thing. I don't know. I just don't. I think some people want what they are trying to push. I think they want that. They want that La La Land lifestyle of they believe it. Oh, it's gonna be great. You know. Hmm. Go ahead. You can have my room in the 15 minutes. I don't want it, and everything else they want to give you. Yeah. People. That's why they erase history. Look what they use fluoride for. Yeah. And all the other things they do to the food, in the air, in the water, on and on and on. What they're spraying, all the things. Oh, really? I was wondering. I was like, oh, he's gonna get it. At this point, you kind of like, so be it, so be it. And that's how I get sometimes. But it's funny. It was in those two places. We'll see what I get. See if I get my yellow flag flown at me afterwards. Yeah. Don't ever go. Nobody's um there's nobody. What Reagan said it himself, right? The scariest words you can ever hear. Don't ever trust them. Yeah. I mean, we don't know, and I understand the fearful because I have moments, especially as a parent. I think especially as a parent, we worry about our kiddos and stuff like that, and of course, but I have to go. I mean, none of this is a surprise to God, and His book even warned us these things will happen because there are times I am like, is this really our reality? Is this across y'all? I can't even go over the whole list of things that go on. There was a huge one in TT1's live last night. If you haven't seen it, there's this woman on there talking about her son, how he identifies and what he does and what they do for him, and her getting mad. Yeah, it was so bizarre. It is absolute clown world. I cannot believe that so many of these different things are truly our reality. It doesn't even seem like it could be real. Yet here we are, and you just you do your part. Do your part and just say, God, I'm gonna have to give you the rest of it. Yep. True. Absolutely true. You think it's that high? Think it's 80%? I don't know. I just there's got to be a big number. You would think that say they went for it the first time, that are not going to go for that the second time. I really because there's a lot of I think it's in across different places in Georgia, especially all in the Atlanta area. I mean, they're already the social distancing mandates, everything in the universities and the colleges, everything they're saying do, and I'm sure they're going to do. I think they're going to let everyone kind of go ahead and get all that money and funding and money spent for going back to school, and they'll go and they'll do the virtual stuff. I personally, we don't deal with that. We've always homeschooled. That is our choice, but I think that's what's gonna happen. I just do. Yes, that. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. Glad you're here. Yeah, I mean, usually, what is it, Miss Sharon? Usually, I'll go like that afternoon. Some of it's right after, some of it's afternoon or the next morning. I'll be like, oh yeah, they threw a yellow flag on me. They don't matter. They keep what 60% anything, anyways. I don't cash out anything over here. That's not why I do it. They can't stand it, but they're going to make theirs off of it. But they're tightening down on different things. And we talked. I had said something. I've heard a couple people say, they're letting a lot of things slide that they didn't let slide, and we would get in just strikes for. They're letting things slide, I think, until a certain point now, and then they're going to come in with these new policies they have in place on purpose, and then they're just going to start going. They'll go through things from videos from way back, and all of a sudden you start getting in trouble. That's okay. I'm going to keep on keeping on. I've always said it until God himself tells me to, that's it. You're done over here. Or until they just completely take it down. And that's why I did that one video I did. I think my last one I did is please make hard copies. Please write information down, because you're not going to, look how much stuff they restrict. Researching true things, they restrict it. And then they just fill it all in with what they want you to believe, their agenda, their side of things. They strip it all away. Yep. Absolutely. And always fear will take over. Hope hope is the one thing that is stronger than fear. And that's why I tell people, don't ever lose your hope, your faith, and don't ever let something steal your peace. No one or no thing, you cannot. There is a TT1. There is a really good like a Bible study thing on Daniel. I did it years ago. I've done it twice. It's really good. That's a good one to do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We are instructed by God to protect the innocent. Widows, children, elderly, all that. We're supposed to do that. Yeah. We're instructed to do that. We have our duties, our mission directly from God. We're not to argue that. That's from God. Anybody wants to argue with you, they're not arguing with you, or they're arguing with God's word. And I remind people of that real quick. You're not arguing with me. Go read the good book. You take it up with him. I am obedient. Yeah, Proverbs. Random and Jeremy. TT1. Yeah, Proverbs. And we used to do a thing with our family. We used to do a study because we do one proverb. We would read one a day. 31. You just read one a day and go through it and start over at the beginning of the month and go do it. Yeah. I'm behind in chat. Sorry. I just noticed my little thing here. My apologies. I was doing really good. Yeah, our kids. And it's always the kids. Oh, I know not. I have no doubt with you. Yeah, never comply. I question everything. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, don't just do it because I said something, or another creator said something, or you read something somewhere. Please just take that. We just seeds, just take things and go do your own research. That's what we say about everything. Whether I'm doing the, medical side of things, whether we're talking about events going on, dig deep. We're not talking about Main Street. We're not talking about the propaganda. You gotta look into it. Yeah. Yeah. Usually I just hit them with facts. I don't ever bow down about backing it, but a lot of times I'm like, this, and this is what it is. So even with my different strikes, and I just say, here's the facts, here's the what, even if it's something like, well, this even what mainstream, this is y'all's word, so I shouldn't why am I getting smacked for it? And so far, most of mine is they've had to undo it, because usually it's either somebody just reports it and they're doing their nonsense, and or it hits some algorithm. But then once you you fight against it and somebody has to sit and review it a lot of times. But that's going to crack down because the digital misinformation troops that are coming around, it's going to just crack down more. Things that were allowed are not going to be allowed. And we knew that these things were coming. I've been saying it from over 2 years. This is coming. It's not if, but when. It is coming. This is not going to be up here. So write down, do your own research, have hard copies. I'm trying to scan through here. Oh yeah, good. I do lots of different every day. Well, which we should be in the Word every day. Every day. That's your spiritual prepping. He will tell you, and pray for that. I pray before I come on here, whether I'm doing a live or recording, before I get into His Word. Sometimes I have notebooks where I just kind of do Bible study with myself. All right, and then sometimes I'll have it on me. I'm like, you just need to share this with somebody. Will come to mind. I'm like, you just need to share this with them. You need to share these verses with them, and I'll send them to them. I may not even understand. I don't ask. It's not for me to. I'll just say, I'm gonna share this. God knows, and you and Him work that out. You have to. Oh, the insurance policies, sugar drops. I was reading what you were talking about. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. You have to pray. You have to pray about that. That's why I'm funny. You gotta be careful about different, especially a lot of newer age interpretations of the Bible. I'm not telling you which one to read. I'm not saying only this, or I'm not saying that. Just be careful and do comparisons. They can change one word, one verse in there, and it's like it will completely change what it was supposed to be. Let's see. Yeah, and I don't know if you were talking to me, but it made me think. I said, I've said a couple things. We are not, even that's us of faith. We are not immune to trials and tribulations of this world. He says we're going to have those. I think a lot of times He's going to let us go through different things, and He's still saying, do you trust me? Because I know you feel like this is bad, but if you don't go through this, the other way could be even worse. We don't see it that way. We just see we're in the midst of this storm. We're in this valley. He knows, but we are going to go through some things of this world. And if some things of this world, and us of faith, they, that's their end here. Their eternity is still, with Him. And that we have to grasp that and understand it. People think there's not going to be suffering. Look at the suffering through history. Even biblical times, what awful things went on, people of faith. They were not spared of those things. Not all of them. And then there are certain things we are spared from. That's why it's about keeping that relationship and staying in His Word. Oh, that's good though. It makes me feel better. You don't know. I'd rather people have it. I'd rather people just have it on hand information, and not just my stuff, whatever is needed, whatever works for you. And working in medical and still having connections in medical and things I used to work, the horrific side effects that caused, I can't even get into it on here, I'm sure. It's awful. And they know that. They knew that it was going to cause those issues. Hey, Joni, glad you're back. Let me see. I think I'm behind, but I'm touching base. I'm sorry. I'm catching up. Yeah. You got to watch your stuff. You got to stand. You got to take stands on things. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm caught up. I'm caught up. I can't believe it. I'm caught up. So, and speaking on, I do want to touch on something. I'm reading all y'all stuff. Hey, yeah, Satan Hunter. Yeah, don't get that confused. Exactly. So okay, because and this is just on my kind of changing gears here. Um, is so I won't be on here next Sunday, obviously, because we're supposed to, God willing, everything with the storm and everything, we're supposed to be moving that first week in September. So next weekend, which is Labor Day weekend, I won't be up here. I will try to touch base, and it's going to take me a little bit to get settled and get back up. But I'll touch base. And I notice, like, on community tab stuff, if I'm on my computer, people's community tab stuff does not show up on my computer feed when I'm on YouTube, but it does when I'm on my phone app. I don't know if it works that way for you, but the if that's the case, you want check my community tab for different things. If I'm not up here recording, um, just check over there. But we're going to get settled. I said, just bear with me. It's going to take a little bit. Um, yeah, they're supposed to, and I say this several times about weather. If you don't follow or watch Ryan Hall, y'all, he's good about weather and different things. Um, I listened to him this morning about little things about this storm, and they're predicting that it may be a category 2, maybe. Go watch it yourself and keep an eye, because that can change from day to day. Those storms can change when it goes over the Big Bend area in Florida and goes across. It'll go right across and then kind of trek up against the coast, South Carolina and then eastern North Carolina. If that, all of y'all who are in the path of that, please be safe, stay on top, stay ahead. Make sure you're ready just in case. I'd rather be overly prepared and have things than not. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to change our stuff or not. We're watching that closely. And we'll see. But we're just keeping an eye, because I don't know. I guess if there's a name storm that comes right out, they won't let us pick up our truck. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who this is, Anthony. I don't know who that is, to be honest. I'm barely up here anymore. Shame on me, I know. I miss out on a lot of things because I'm just busy. But I don't know who that is. Um, let's see. Let me make sure. Yeah, the storm. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It changes day to day. Some areas, like I said, they're getting flooded. Other places they're so dry, and there's all these fires. You think they do something, but that doesn't fit their agenda. Oh, parent, when you get your okra, I mean, how many of those you got to plant? Because okra, it takes forever, and you'll get one off of it. I would just get like one at a time, and I'd put them in freezer bags until the freezer bag was full, and lump sum, and then I would have enough okra. I don't know how many y'all have that you end up getting enough that you're getting a good amount of production, like you wanted to have okra that night or something. Yeah, be safe, everyone who's in the path of this. Oh, Anthony Trump. I used to watch. I used to see some of Russell Brand stuff. Again, I don't. Um, it's, oh, imagine that. I'm so shocked. Really? I didn't do okra this year. I see a bunch of people talking about okra. I didn't do okra, and I did not have success with my potatoes. We know my potato sadness, or my cucumbers. I didn't have any success. Oh, really? I didn't. Um, fire trucks going by in the pouring rain, but I'm sure something. Um, I guess because they get really tall, and it seems like I would just get like one here and there. I don't know. I think it was a year or two ago we did it. Yeah, we homeschooled socializing. I think people misunderstand like homeschooling means that we're in a cave somewhere. That was always so bizarre and weird to me, that argument about socializing. But each to their own. Do what's best for you is what I say. Um, yeah, we get a lot of held for reviews. I get held for reviews. My mods are usually pretty good on that. I don't see it the same side here on StreamYard as you guys, but unless somebody's like really going after somebody or just in here trolling, being nonsense. But I honestly, is it that time, Miss Sharon? Um, I I don't I usually don't have nonsense over here. I'm a no nonsense person. And to be honest, you would rather me get a hold of you before Miss Sharon or Huck get a hold of you. Just, they got too much Irish in them, I reckon. But I really don't have nonsense over here. And then YouTube, they'll hold things regularly, anyways. I see that all the time, and it's for nothing. Um, but I'm more about, um, you do what's best for you. I'll do what's best for me, and we more than anything, we need unity in our community of like-minded people. And if people are bucking against that and stirring strife all the time, well, okay, let that be a lesson learned. Let's just move on from that, because we're past all that. We're past. I just want, and I like I said, I'm no nonsense. But where we are in this world, we don't have time. We don't have time for that type of stuff. Just don't. Everybody's always pretty good up here. I really don't. Once in a blue moon, I will have maybe some nonsense. It's usually just some random something troll, not random. It's just her name. Some random like person that just pops in here. I just usually don't, which is good. It's a blessing. But I always pray for my chat. I pray for you guys, my subs, my regulars, people coming in. Um, I just do, and I don't have to know what's going on in everyone's life or whatever. And then I have people get up to me and ask, they'll confide in me and ask me for prayers. I absolutely will do that. I ask you guys for prayers all the time. And I ask you the same things I've been asking. Please continue to pray and pray for this move, pray for our family. And I know my prayer warriors, they got it. Yeah, I know. They really are. Y'all are good people. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I am extremely grateful for all of you. Um, I truly am. Yeah, we do a lot of things old school way of learning and life skills and homesteading and things like that. You know, let people look how they want to look at us. I don't care. But yeah, we don't, if anything, if people resist, we don't fit in. I am the bird that's always, I fly against the wind and I go against the grain. And that's just how I've always been and how I'll always be about things. And I guess just my kids are that way. Um, Oh, oh yeah. Hitting that algorithm, right? Yeah. I'll get yellow flags for things just like this, or spiritual. A lot of the things when just Josh and I would do our spiritual lives, I would get flagged. The videos would get flagged, and I'd put in an argument against it and stand my ground. And I don't care, because if I'm going to go down by them with their nonsense, they're gonna just catch a mouthful from me, and I usually do. So far, they've let them majority of all of them go, but it's usually YouTube stuff. Exactly, exactly. I don't have time for all that. Well, I don't believe that nonsense equals not joking and enjoying life and laughter, and finding you have to laugh at you have to laugh at yourself in situations. I don't see that the same as nonsense. Nonsense I see as trouble. I don't see that as the same, but absolutely. Um, Thank you, Paradise Acres. You're such a sweetheart. I do. I have y'all are just great people. I'm so grateful for y'all. And I miss y'all when I'm not up here, and that's why there's times when we have to take breaks. It's like I gotta step back and let the, nonsense of everything kind of clear, or just need breaks about things, or it's just gonna be overwhelming. And like I've said, if my heart's not in something, I just don't, because then I just feel like I will always be authentic and real about everything. Um, and I mean, it can be hard when you're sitting on this side of things. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm jumping through the hoops, I'm towing the line, and just they will not get off of me about things. And I'm tiptoeing around. All I'm trying to do is help people. And every time I turn around, I'm getting smacked the other way. But then you come back around and you let things settle down in you. Oh, well, yeah, is this our first Beaverines? Give them a shout out. Always. Um, yeah. And I didn't even recognize it, but yeah, you did. I didn't catch it or take it that way. But if you felt led to, yeah, it was, yeah, you did. Random's a great person. She's a sweetheart. Um, uh, yeah, I see that also. All right, guys. If you have anything else going on or coming up, or things you want to add, please throw them down there before I wrap this up. Then it's back to packing, making dinner, all that. I keep realizing I've packed things that I need. I've had about 3 or 4 times I had to go into a box and get something out. So I'm at that frustrated period. So hopefully, timing still, if God willing, it moves his plan this weekend. But I appreciate you guys, truly, all of you. If it didn't, MD Creekmore. Are your ears burning? I was just talking about you. So those who didn't say MD, he did. I believe it was Friday. MD was Friday. You were you were talking. There was a video you made Friday. I was telling people to go look at the one about Trump and everything that's going on with him. Go check it out. MD is always on target, and I tell you what, he gives. They don't mess with him much over there. Um, yep, exactly. That's just how it goes, isn't it? I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. Y'all take care. All of you. Yeah, go check out MD's video. It was Friday. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure all of y'all have probably been over there. But because I was asking about what was y'all's opinion about that. Is it a distraction? Is it making an example? I don't know. Everybody has their own. Yeah, he is the real deal. He's always been that way. I'll go to him in a minute. I'll be like, this nonsense. He's been playing this game and this fight for so long. He's seen it all. He knows. So, oh, Dove J, yes, I'm wrapping it up. You'll be in the replay gang. There's a couple of them that's going to be over there. But I appreciate you, all of you. You know, you guys, stay. What did I say? Stay prayed up, stay prepped up, and just do what you can. Give it the rest to God. He's going to take care of it. Trust the process. That's the big thing about all this that we don't understand what's going on. Is do your part. Trust the process because God knows exactly what's going on. He's already on the other side of all of this, and He is looking for us to just trust Him. And that's where you have to leave things when there's nothing you can do about things. You have to give it to Him. Yeah, Yard Bird, he must have been lurking. I saw him pop in here. All right, guys, I appreciate all of you. Stay safe, and I love you guys. I'm always praying for you, and I will see you guys next time.